All right, man. Let's talk, man. Josh Kelly and Boots now got a thing going on. Now, Josh Kelly, trainer and manager Adam Booth, he known for training people like Roy Jones. That's what I know him from the UK. Says that Eddie Hearn gave him a low offer. I think he called it, I forget. He said it was a low offer. He said it was less than half of what Josh Kelly been getting for his 10 rounders. And also, they saying that Josh Kelly would prefer to take on Murtazaliev. Make sure my mic on. Yeah, my bad. He would prefer to take on Murtazaliev or Zander Zayas. Now they say it's basically Murtazaliev ain't an option, and they got to fight a title eliminator versus Boots. He'd do it. He said he'd outbox Boots in his horrible style. And Booth also said that they gave him 24 hours to accept the offer. Same thing Eddie Hearn pulled with Brian Norman. This is how they get out the fights. The fights they don't want, they lowball you and they give you, 24-hour notice or short notice to accept the fight. They did that with Brian Norman. Or the fact where they told Norman you had to accept the fight before you fought Jin Saki. They was like, well, we can wait till after the fight. They was like, well, no fight. Then he moved up in weight. That's what Eddie Hearn is good for. He's good at like making guys, look better than they actually are. What he did for Dillian White, what he did for Anthony Joshua, and and what he's doing for Jaron Ennis is protecting them from real threats. That's all he's doing. And a lot of these people really thought Anthony Joshua, through all the turmoil, was that guy. He wasn't. He didn't want to fight Wilder. He was going to get knocked out in his prime. We all knew that. Wilder's going to knock him out. That's why the fight never really happened. Well, Wilder could have fought him, but he chose to fight Fury. He knew Fury didn't bullshit. When two fighters want to fight each other, they find a way to fight each other, right? Excuse me. I got a mosquito bite. That shit itching. But we already knew that. We already knew that. So that's what Eddie Hearn is good for, is serving and protecting his precious fighters and creating the illusion that they killers, and they not killers. This is the tactics that he used. We've seen this so many times. So now, will Josh Kelly, have the option to fight Murtazaliev? Rumor was Lubin was going to fight Murtazaliev. And Murtazaliev can just be a guy that had a hot night versus Tim Tszyu. He might not be the boogeyman that they say he is, but he might just have had a hot night versus Tim Tszyu. That's it. That's all it could have been. Remember, George Camboso had that one night versus Teofimo Lopez. We don't know. But when you get a guy with the grit and the power and the determination of Murtazaliev, and he did that with a bad hand, I don't think too many people signing up for that. What are you gonna do with two good hands and not coming off of Ramadan? Great question. Great question. So it seemed like he could be having fighting Lubin, so it's either for him get a shot at Zayas or have to go through an eliminator. And if we go to eliminator, and they don't reach an offer, they got to go to a purse bid. But like I said, Boots looking bad out here. Boots looking bad out here. That's the fact. Boots looking bad. And obviously he fades into the black. He don't speak, and there's a reason why. And Sebastian Fondor is very representative of that. Leo should say the same thing. Well, I just do what they fight, what they tell me to fight. I just do what they tell me to do. It's like knowing a criminal is doing crime, but as long as you don't see it, you don't have to testify about it. That's what it is. Oh, your bitch cheating on you. As long as you don't overtly see it or it don't come to your attention, you cool with it. As long as I don't find out, I'm cool. That's a lot of people cool with that. A lot of people cool with being lied to. A lot of people cool with not wanting the truth to find them. But eventually, when you put the truth off for too long, instead of it, knocking at your door, kick your door in, waving the fofo, saying, Biggie, don't hit me no more. That's why I was just basically like, it's better not stop to procrastinate and get it over with. But a lot of people like to run from the truth until it's too late. They like to get the benefit of the doubt. You know, but for the most part, for him, you know, he don't want to know what's going on. He let Eddie handle it, and I didn't know. You knew, like, you may not have knew, but you knew. So you still held responsible because guess what? It's Jaron Ennis' career. Yeah, y'all don't see the game they playing, bro. And not to say that he's not a good fighter, but y'all don't see it. I don't know. I told y'all the same thing with Spence. Y'all don't really see y'all like listening to him. Like it's like that's like a really, really beautiful house. It's beautiful. Brick, it's taken care. When you get on the inside and the foundation is trash. The walls is trash. The roof is leaking. That's what Boots is. Boots is him and the daddy and the niggas in Philly. He's the greatest and he did this in sparring and he turned bread and water into wine, into a feast. But in reality, on the inside, what's going on is that they trying to get as much money as they can. I ain't knocking for that. But they just selling y'all a lie. They trying to get as much as they can for the little overhead. They trying to move a certain type of way. They trying to stretch it out. And look at her. I'm not mad, but either just move like Leo and Fondora and say, I don't pick the fights. I'm just, following my team. But that's basically what he doing by not really talking much. Real talk. Like, even if he ducking, it's like, I'm not ducking because Eddie handled it. And Eddie is not telling me these. I don't want to know. You don't want to know. You're still held responsible because it's not Bonzi career. It's not your brother's career. It's not the city of Philadelphia's career. It is Jaron Ennis' career. And if it's my business, I'm responsible for my business. That's what it is. I'm still responsible for my business. That's just the guy on the truth. I'm still responsible because even if one of my employees do something, I'm still responsible for it because it's my business. So I get it. I truly do understand them. I do. But I would just not say nothing. I'll let my team figure this out, the money wise, and he's just looking bad because the truth gonna catch up with you. Remember Jay Prince told them niggas in New York, if y'all would have robbed me, bad news would have beat you home. The truth always gonna come home. It may not beat you home, but it's gonna be there. You might be 6 feet deep and the truth come out. It don't matter. The truth gonna be told. The truth gonna be told. The truth gonna be told. So at the end of the day, everybody know they gotta get Josh Kelly gotta fight. And then, I'm glad I almost forgot about I researched this before I got on here. Y'all know Josh Kelly ain't fought at the 154-pound limit since 2023. Since losing to Avanesian, he fought about 6 times. I believe he fought 3 times in 2023, maybe 2 times in 2024, and 1 time this year, something like that. But he's fought like 5 or 6 times since then, getting stopped by Avanesian. And I think in 2023, he last made the 154-pound limit. Since then, he's been, at 160, being at 160. So it's been a year or some change since he fought at the 154-pound limit that made the weight. So they've been reconstructing them, rebuilding them, you know what I'm saying? And, I get it. I get it. But he's fought absolutely nobody that I recognize on that resume by name since losing to Avanesian. So for the most part, if you ain't competed at 54 since 2023, you ain't beat no names that we realize. How would you rank number 3 in the WBO? I'm telling you, it's payola. Man, that song about Boosie, Crayola, ride different islands every day. It's payola. It's payola. there's so many people that's like, there's so much shit that's corrupt, bro. Money has really destroyed the integrity of sports. It's documentary worthy, to be honest, but that dude ain't fought at the weight. He ain't fought nobody to be ranked. This to me is disgusting. And they get mad because Dana White trying to take this shit over. I'm with it. I don't feel bad for these niggas' pockets. When we go out here, we fight for higher earnings, and we say rent is too high, and what they tell us, make more money, get another job. Nobody feel bad for us. Fuck, I feel bad for these fighters, and they don't even give a fuck about the sport they fighting in. They don't care nothing about the integrity in boxing. They disrespect the people that laid the foundation for them. They disrespect the fans. They disrespect the sport by not upholding the standard and throwing everything on pay-per-view. Man, kick rocks and Gucci flip-flops. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live and drop video. Hit the link tree. You can find me everywhere. Peace.